Hey team, welcome back to another Bluebeam tutorial for you, coming at you. Someone asked why I like to wear shades for my videos. I just like it. It makes me look like I'm about to go outside and hike a trail or play some volleyball, which are two things I love to do, and maybe I will do that right after this. But no, for today, we're gonna do a quick tutorial on Bluebeam, not Revit today. We're doing a Bluebeam tutorial on checking the accuracy of scale on your drawings. And you can do that very simply once you know how to use this tool. So let's get into it. I have Bluebeam open. Don't even know what version, doesn't really matter because they all kind of work the same depending on, or it doesn't matter really what version of Bluebeam you have, as long as you don't have some limited student version or something like that, you should be good to go. So I have a project open, sample project, and this sheet is just a basic floor plan. But what I want to show you on this is in reference to the accuracy of scaling and just a good way to check the scale of your drawings after you print or plot them out. You can do this with just a few clicks as long as you know what you're doing. And yeah, let's get started, guys. Here we go. So the measurement tool is over here, or this is how I access it. Everyone's Bluebeam may be set up a little bit differently, and I can't help you if you can't find the measurements tab. You can, you know, Google where to find that or whatever you'd like to do. But it's over here on the right for me and maybe for you. So you click on this tab to get this pop out going for measurements, and you can just toggle that back and forth when you don't need it. Same thing if you kind of get confused in Bluebeam sometimes. It helps you with these blue it highlights in blue what you have currently on your screen. So like if you toggle the blue elements, it is a lot less confusing what's going on. So you can toggle that thumbnail sidebar, you can toggle the measurements sidebar, you can toggle anything in blue. This is just a select tool or pan tool. Select is just to scroll over elements. So select them, you know, with a box, selection box, whereas pan is like to move individual elements. So click and move. They're not interchangeable, but you can, yeah, we're not getting into that in this video, so I'm not sure why I'm talking about it. But yeah, it's kind of nice knowing if you kind of get confused as a beginner in Bluebeam, just know that these blue tabs are the ones that you toggle things on and off screen. If you kind of forget how to get this markups, bottom bar off your screen, you can slide all these bars around, but the easiest thing to do is to just toggle them on and off. So right now, let's toggle off the thumbnails because we don't need to see those really. I want to have full screen vision. Actually, you know what? Let's go back to that view we were just on, which is this basic floor plan, and then toggle this off. All right, so we are working just in measurements, so we'll toggle that on. And kind of got into a little rabbit hole there. But what we're doing is testing these dimensions to make sure they're accurate. The scale of this drawing per the sheet is what it tells you, which should be accurate, right? And we're going to check this accuracy. So 3/8 inch scale equals 1 foot is what it's telling me. Same thing right below the label here. So it's a 3/8 inch scale, and let's check that to make sure it's accurate. To do that, you're going to hit this measurements tab and then select length. All right. After you select length up here, you're going to see a lot of confusing things going on. You can kind of ignore most of this stuff until you get way more advanced. Really, all you need to focus on, okay, as a kind of intermediate beginner architect, is this preset and custom tab. So I'm going to do a preset, which is what I recommend if you have a pretty normal run-of-the-mill dimension or scale for your drawings. And I do on this, it's 3/8 inch. I know I can find it under the presets. So select presets and then the drop down. I'm going to go down or up until I find 3/8 inch equals a foot and select that. That now means that this drawing, and let me tab this back on, is set, as you can see down here, just this sheet itself is set to 3/8 inch equals 1 foot now. The scale, page scale is If you don't see it down there, it's probably because it's not toggled on. So you can toggle it on up here, right, to see it. And once you set the scale, you can't really easily get it back to scale not set, but that's for another tutorial. Basically, this sheet is now set to 3/8 inch scale, and let's use now this length measurement to check the scale of these elements. So to do that, I'll just scroll in. I'm just gonna, easy way to check things is just go to, if things are dimensioned out already, and you know for sure that this from here, from this grid line D to this grid line E is 7 feet. Let's go ahead and select D to E. So I'm gonna select D, I'm gonna go over to E, I'm gonna hold shift to make sure, shift is just to keep the line straight, right? So I'm gonna hold shift every time I do this. And then I'm gonna click on E. And that's showing me that that right there is 7 feet. I'm gonna escape out of that. I can move this down or whatever I'd like. Once you have it set, I wouldn't recommend, it doesn't matter, moving it around is fine. But really, we just check to make sure that that is actually 7 feet per a 3/8 inch scale, and it is. So we are good there. Let's do that one more time. Let's go C to D this time. It should be, let's see, 18 feet 6 inches from grid line C to grid line D. Let's do that. So I'm going to select C, hold shift, and select D. Looks like we are right at 18 feet 6 inches. So this scale is accurate per the drawing, and I just check that to make sure that this is indeed 18 feet 6 inches on this 42 by 30 inch sheet. Okay. Last thing on this is I want to show you. So that was a preset, right? If you don't have a preset, which is all of these listed, a lot of them are listed. So make sure you can, if you, likely you can find your scale in this preset list. If you cannot find your scale in this preset list, you're going to have to create a custom one, which would just be, selecting inches to inches, or so this is actually already set to 3/8 inch, which is 0.375 equals 1 foot, right? 3/8 inch is 0.375, yes. So this is already set to 3/8 inch, but you can change this to anything you'd like, and it will effectively change the custom, and then you can set the precision as well for both presets and custom. And again, you'll likely not have to work with in custom. You can just work in the presets, but if you need to, it's there for you. And then, so there's these drop downs where you can change if you don't work in Imperial and you want to change this to, centimeters or meters or whatever, you can do that. But within the presets, you can also set the precision level. So I usually like to set mine actually at like 1/8 inch. That's just like how precise it is. You can set it to 1/4 inch, it's fine. Just really anything to check. It depends on how in depth your drawing is. Like if you're measuring something that's 3'2" and 3/8 inch, maybe we want to go to 3/8 inch. So let's do that. Let's go to 3/8 inch just to show you, and hit this length tool again, and we're going to go from this line here, select, shift, hold to this line, and there we go. If it's not set to, even if it's set to 1/4 inch, that should still be the same thing. Let's check it just to make sure. Let's see. Yeah, so it did change. So see how that changes? It's kind of cool. I don't do that very often where I'm like toggling between, but you can tell if you change that to 1/16 inch precision, you can tell that that is exactly to scale. So that's great. This looks very accurate. Usually it's a little bit off almost sometimes, but not in this case. It's right on the money. So you can just see that that is matching what we have in the drawing for that dimension between those two lines. So that's what I want to show you guys today. If you have any questions, feel free to submit them below. I'll get to them when I can. And thank you guys for watching again. For my students out there, shoot me some questions if you'd like via email, and I'll get back to them when I can. And thanks. Have a great day, guys.